karma. What is it, and can you escape it? Many people have tried to distinguish what karma is, and I find that many people get really confused about what karma actually is, and many just don't realize what a powerful thing it is, and that understanding it can give you a completely new level of effectiveness in creating and living a life you love. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what karma is and how once you implement karma, how it enables you to really elevate your performance as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, but also generally in the quality of your life. Because once you understand this, you'll be able to really become aware of every action that you take and get a much better idea of the kind of results that you're going to create going forwards into the future. Now, wouldn't that be a great thing to know? I am Dan Warburton, a transformational coach who's known for having enabled thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners to succeed in extraordinary ways. I've also got web spaces full of testimonials backing this up, and I'm often invited to speak to audiences of thousands around the world about what transformation makes possible. I now get to live an extraordinary lifestyle, and I want you to be able to experience the same. Karma. Many people have tried to explain it and break it down in a way that it can be understood. Now, for me, karma is very simply the law of cause and effect. That if you take this kind of action, you're going to get that kind of result. If you take this kind of action, you're going to get that kind of result. In other words, if you were to consistently shout at people, be angry at people, maybe even be violent towards people, that people are going to be reacting in a way back to you that's going to be a reflection of that kind of action. In other words, people are going to push you away, they're not going to want to be around you. If you're violent towards others, quite often people will be violent back because you're just triggering their sort of natural, non-human survival instincts. On the other hand, if we're loving, kind and generous and giving, people feel touched and moved by such gestures. And so generally people feel blessed by having us around. They feel like wanting to spend more time with us. And generally people treat us in a way that makes us feel good. So on a superficial, simple level, that's what karma is. It's the law of cause and effect. However, from having now meditated for years and reflected on the laws of the universe and what it truly takes to succeed in creating and living lives that we love, I've come to distinguish that karma operates on a profound level. Profound. Now, start asking yourself, what is it in your life that isn't as you want it to be? What areas of your life right now are not as you want them to be? Now, it could be the house that you live in, the car that you drive, the relationship that you're in, and maybe even health. And all these, like just everything in your life. Have a look. Now, once you've focused on an area of your life that isn't as you want it to be, then ask yourself, okay, what actions did I take or did I not take that had me then experience this area of my life as it is now? If you do that, I guarantee you'll be brought into an awareness that you just didn't take the actions, or that the actions that you took, you know, were ineffective. It's simple, right? It's cause and effect. But once we get this, we can be elevated to a whole new level of performance in lifestyle creation. Why? Because we can then begin to become aware of the actions that we took that were effective and the actions that we took that were not effective. And then we can take more of the actions that are effective and less of the actions that are not effective. Now, this also ties in to one of the most ancient philosophies in Japan, and it's called Kaizen. Kaizen means constant and never-ending improvement. And once you get this, you'll see that you can constantly bring awareness to everything that you do, and then through bringing awareness to everything that you do, you can then practice elevating what you do and how you do it. And so you can then constantly refine, refine, refine. So this beautifully laces in with karma and the universal law of karma. Let's really bring it down to something so simple. Your drawer of socks at home. How have you left your socks folded up at home? I know it sounds funny, but have a look. If you open your drawer and you see your socks, they're all just thrown in there, then that's a karmic result of you not spending time in folding your socks. Now, if we look at the cause and effect from a level of karma, the karma is you didn't bother folding them very carefully. And as you didn't bother folding them very carefully, like lack of effort, lack of a commitment, you can see that your socks are just left folded badly. That's a karmic result. Now, if we were to apply Kaizen, constant and never-ending improvement, we can ask ourselves, okay, how can I fold my socks that would leave them in a way that when I open the drawer, I get presented with this beautiful array of socks, simply taking the time, folding them neatly, laying them flat, even color coding them from dark on the way to the left all the way to lights on the right. It'd be beautiful whenever you open your drawer of socks. Now, I know this might sound silly and ridiculous, oh, they're just socks, but the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Because the way you do that with your socks is likely how you do everything else in your life. So now you can see how profound karma is. And now, if we take this to real deep, subtle levels, I've totally come to see that everything that I'm experiencing right now is a karmic result of things I've done in the past. Like, for instance, I've got a partnership with somebody who's become a director of my company purely for setup reasons here in Singapore. However, her intent was not in creating an ongoing partnership. And she just wanted to charge me more money and to charge me for things that I hadn't agreed. And so she was very much committed to a short-term gain. Now, her karmic impact is that she's not creating an ongoing relationship. And after a year, I've said, enough, I'm going to pay you this that we've agreed, and that's it, and I'm cutting the relationship. Her karmic impact is that she's now left one client less, no future created with me, and likely on some level will have to deal with the repercussions of doing that, because if she's doing it to me, she's likely doing it to other people. But where does that land with my karmic kind of play? Well, the truth is, in the past, I wouldn't have possibly been as fair or as kind as I could be to someone. And I really feel that that is the karmic result of me having done that to somebody else. So over the last few months, more than ever, over the last few years of practicing integrity, I've been working to elevate every action that I take and being aware that the impacts that it leaves on the world is to ever create a better world. And so now I'm ever experiencing greater things. I'm getting money's flowing in easier. I'm in beautiful relationships. And it takes me a lot less effort to just create and get the results that I dream of. Why? Because these are the karmic results from me giving and being in a way that's empowering and kind and nurturing to others. And so my phone's ringing, other people get my intent, and a lot of people now want to work with me as their coach. So you can see the power of karma. So today, take on being aware in every action that you take, in everything that you do it well, do it with love, do it with kindness. And I promise you that if you do that, you'll create karmic reflexes or karmic reflections going into the future that are really going to be much more aligned with you creating that dream lifestyle. Well done for taking the time to check out this video. If you learned something, if you enjoyed it in some way, if you got any kind of an insight, then do subscribe to my channel, because I'm ever going more into depth with these concepts to ensure that you elevate your lifestyle creation abilities as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or as somebody that's simply committed to living an extraordinary life. Well done, and I'll see you in a future video.